I grew up in what's called the southern side of Greenville, and it's only called that because of the Southern Railroad. It is really the western part of Greenville. But I learned how to have an appreciation for nature. As a child, I was not fearful of anything, and which my mother did not like, especially when I brought home a snake. And I thought it was interesting, but she just did not appreciate that, as she was screaming and moving me at the same time. I learned a lot about group dynamics, because we played games, we made up our own games. Those things that we didn't have, we made up for them. You know, sticks and broken skates were just wonderful tools for you to learn how to make your own skateboards. You just use what you had. Sticks were great horses, you know, etc. A few times I got into trouble for climbing telegram posts. I have a great appreciation for energy and the great fear of it now that my father explained that to me in more ways than one. I grew up learning a whole lot of things and seeing now that the southern side is still there, and I wanted to still be there, which is one of the reasons why I ran for council. My first election was quite memorable. I was 8 months pregnant when I ran for council, and I really had not planned to do it. And so I talked to my mom about it, etc. And I said, well, Mom, I'm pregnant. And she asked me some questions that made sense. She asked me, would being pregnant hamper my ability to think and to speak and to make decisions? And I told her no. She said, so what is the problem? You know, she said, you won't be pregnant forever. And so I was elected in May of 1981 to City Council. And my son was born June 12, 1981.
I came to City Council in 1985, and Lillian, of course, was already on City Council, and I found in her a woman with an incredibly wonderful laugh, a quick wit, a sharp mind, and most importantly, a big heart.
I would say, you know, the mold has really been, when Lillian was made, the mold was broken, because there's nobody like her. I've seen her talk with CEOs and heads of state, and then never lose her common touch to interact with people in the community and in our neighborhoods, which I think is a very special gift.
Lillian likes to talk. Lillian may have a little bit of the Baptist preacher in her genes, because Lillian can go on if she wants to and on. But when she's going on and on, she's always doing an incredible job. And she always says the exact right thing for the moment and for the time, and she always says it well.
My childhood hero was my daddy, James Brock. As my child, I thought my daddy could do anything. I think I still think my daddy could just do anything. He could build anything. He was just my daddy. He was always supportive. The best advice I think I ever received when my mom told me that everybody needs a chance. Whatever you do, focus. Everybody needs a chance, and people need to be heard.
The things I recollect about Lillian that stick in my mind is for those of us who were lucky enough to know her mother, who was a saint in this community for so many years, serving the downtrodden, the less fortunate, such an outstanding citizen of our community. And Lillian inherited all those traits. And she is continuing a legacy that her mother left her to help those less fortunate and those in need in our community.
She grew up here, she went to our own Furman University, but she cares, and it comes through with passion.
She's passionate about giving voice to those who are voiceless in our community. And that's, I think, when I appreciate Lillian the most. She is effective in all she does, but especially that.
I think that I'm proudest of the aggressive support for improving quality, affordable housing on all levels. Because we do have high-end condominiums, as well as we have homes for low to moderate income people, where people can be homeowners on all different planes, and having mixed-use developments. I think that has been wonderful in bringing different segments of the community together, as well as supporting some great changes to the infrastructure, improving some of the roads, adding some of the other things in the city. I think that those are the things that I'm proudest of, is that you support it and it actually comes to life.
For us in Greenville County Schools, we've been through years of having difficulty finding teachers, especially in certain areas. Lillian was not afraid to get out there and go wherever it is she needed to go to find high-quality teachers. We immediately had all of our teachers highly qualified as a result of Lillian's efforts. And if you're ever around her and you hear her talking, you will hear her passion about this community and about children. When she talks about the city, she is 100% involved, passionate about her work. She wants to see it grow and continue to be a leader.
Lillian has really made a difference in the city of Greenville. She's been involved in so many different aspects of the good things that have happened in the city. She was part of the Expo Center's beginning, Falls Park, Swamp Rabbit Trail, the West End development, which had the market, both the baseball stadiums, inner city neighborhood housing. She worked on diversity on boards and commissions, the Bilo Center, and I could go on and on. But she has touched Greenville in a way that almost nobody else has. I'm proud to call her a friend.
She is the history book. You know, whenever you think you might want to do something, she can tell you if it has been done, if it was done right, or if you need to change it. Even though she has served a long time, sometimes when people are in positions, they tend to lose their vision or their vigor or enthusiasm about their work, and she has not. And I think that speaks to her love for her constituents that she served, her love for this city, and wanting to see her hometown be the best that it can be. Again, when I arrived on council, Lillian being the first African American female to serve on Greenville City Council, and I am the second, and it took that 20-year span. And after I took my oath to council, she gave me a huge hug and she said, "I've been waiting 20 years for you." And I just, instantly a bond was formed, and I just thank her for her kindness and her leadership.